Hey, so for this video I'll have a very rough script, and if by rough script you mean like the Iceberg and just a notepad with a very few notes, then yeah, I guess that's the rough script. So a few days ago some dude suggested I would do an Iceberg video, and I kinda do like this Iceberg meme, and I had no idea DRG even had one. So I'm gonna be doing the one this guy gave me, and the unique thing about this Iceberg is that none of them are bullshit, so that means that most of these are based off what the developer said that should be true. And I do realize the influence I probably have on these icebergs because I am the dipshit that knows too much about this game. I skimmed through the Iceberg a bit, but I didn't do the whole thing. So I can already say that some of the things are things that I mentioned in my videos, so take this as a refresher. A thing that all these Iceberg videos do is this funny meter down here, funny confidence meter. If it's like 5 out of 5, that means that they're fully confident, no speculation. And if it's at 0, then that means that they have no idea what it is and they're only speculating. So I'm gonna do that funny meter as well. And hey, let's begin. I'll just call it depth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's fine if I call it like just depth whatever. I'll probably like do fancy name post editing. Let's start with depth 1. Barrel physics. I mean, the barrels have weird physics. If you stand on them, for example, you will bug out. Their physics used to be even worse in the past. They actually tried improving it. For example, the presents that spawn during Christmas, those have pretty solid physics. Like, you can kind of stand on them most of the time, I think. We're rich. That's like a meme. Whenever you point to bitter gem or gold chunk, and by gold chunk I mean the big ones, not the tiny ones, the dwarf will say, "We're rich. We're rich." Like, that's the only voice line. The developers probably wanted to do more voice lines, but realized it's like a meme, and they kept it the way it is. I'm a big enough bastard to claim that I probably like silently soft kickstarted it, but I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna try to claim too much memery here. Okay, next one is Scout and Engineer combo. It's like the best traversal combo in the game, because the engineer can just pop a platform for the scout, and the scout will just grapple to that platform and easily reach whatever needed to be reached. Depositing mule eggs. Yeah, this was a bug. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I'll give this like a 4 or whatever, or maybe 4.5, because I didn't actually experience this bug, but I was fully aware this was a thing. I'm not exactly sure when though. I wish I had like some footage for you guys, but how about this? Where I deposit the cargo crate battery into... yeah, I think that makes it up for it. We can put a 5 confidence now. Okay, mining oil shale. It's a stupid idea. I think that's the joke here. Mining oil shale is dumb. Or it might be referring to the tactic that the other dwarves can help out with mining oil shale while you gather it with a canister. Next is dwarves share the same voice actor. Yeah, that's true. A good portion of people actually did think that it was a different voice actor for each dwarf. Like, that pitching kind of works, I guess, in a way. For example, me, when I originally started playing this game back in 2018, I actually didn't really care too much or notice too much with the voice lines. I don't know. I think I never really noticed it until my friend mentioned that, oh, I like how the voices are just pitched. And yeah, for a while, I thought they were placeholders, but as time went on, I realized more and more that, yeah, these devs will not hire more voice actors. And now we're on depth 2. Dreadnoughts randomly spawning. Yes, there is a very low chance dreadnoughts could spawn in a mission, just randomly. And it's really, really annoying. Although, the last time I encountered this has been so long ago that I kinda secretly think it's not a thing anymore. If it is a thing, then it probably is limited to like 2 mission types. Probably mining expedition and point extraction, if I had to guess. Yellow bitter gem. I think it's safe to say that is included here thanks to me. Again, I feel like a dipshit saying things like that, but yeah, yellow bitter gem. Bitter gem used to be yellow and would give you a much smaller reward and was way more common. Barrel armor. That's like the first cut thing I showed on this channel, pretty much. In the first gameplay video, I go like, barrel armor, or some shit, and you hear like slot sounds. That's a bit of a memory dive, I guess. Error cube, the mysterious, very rare spawn you can get that serves no purpose to this day. Yep, The developers did want to do something with it. Will they ever do anything with it? I don't know, and I kinda don't think so. Maybe in the far future, but not anytime soon in my opinion. Iron Will into the drop pod. Old Iron Will actually was different from the current one. You could use it all the time. I mean, it would activate automatically when you would go down, and then have like some amount of seconds that you could still move for and heal yourself back up to not go down. So in this early iteration of Iron Will, there was a bug that did get fixed later, where if you're in Iron Will state while entering the escape pod, you'll just go down before the pod actually exits the map. And I think that resulted in the dwarf not being counted as a survivor, or you could fail at whatever, something like that. Generic hero. Oh shit, it's on dev too, really? I feel like not a lot of people know about the generic hero unless they are around this channel. So that was a tester class that the developers utilized. I'm not sure if the developers still use this class, but they used it a ton back in the day. This class carries every single weapon that's in the game, at least in the early builds, including the weapons that are actually unused or meant to be cut. But yeah, he was just the general class created for testing weaponry. But I think he is used less and less as time goes on, because I can't even switch to generic hero in recent builds without crashing. And in slightly earlier builds, he kinda only carries the weapons that everyone has access to, so it's boring. He doesn't have tools. He's not what he used to be. Now, we're on depth 3. Vault on the top hangar. Aren't there multiple like vault-like holes? I was gonna say it's probably referring to the sealed off Robert secret, but I can see in the screenshot it's not. Yeah, it's just a detail up there. There's nothing happening there, unless maybe secret money of some sort, but they'll never really expand the lore too much, sadly, so it's really up to the community interpretation, is what I believe. Medic class considered. Yes, they did think about it. They probably had discussions about it, but they ultimately decided that no, a meta class will not work for this game, so you can stop begging for a meta class, but you probably still will, because not everybody will see this video, and I can't stop you. Minerals use the same base. Could be referring to like, there's multiple things that use like the same quote-unquote base. I think I'll name all 3 things that I can think of. This probably refers to there being like some sort of a preset mineral situation, mineral template basically, that the developers take and edit that. Yeah, they just use the same template. If it's not referring to that, then it's probably referring to the model, like the Jada's model and Bittergem model being the same, for example, or a Quark and Bittergem also have the same model. If it's not referring to that, then it's referring to the chunks having the same appearance, most of the chunks having the same appearance. I think it's number 1 though. I think it's like the carved out minerals in the walls are using like a template, and the template is just edited for each mineral, for gold, nitrinch, and other shit. Moving on to cave cruisers are jellies. Yeah, they are called netherite cave cruisers in the game, and they use the first jelly model to this day, just not the same texture. Obviously the first texture was like a transparent blue, but yeah, this is like one of the models that survived since the pre-alpha, alongside the fucking flare. Mission control deeper voice. Before they did the like radio distortion effect on Mission Control's voice, his voice was just deeper. Gunner with C4. Before Gunner had the shield generator, he had a C4. That simple. Dreadnought's original name. I'm not 100% sure what they mean here, but I think it means Dreadnought's name used to be like, instead of not like O, it used to be not like A. Dreadnought, I think it was a spelling mistake, to be honest, but it was a thing that was there in update, whatever update it came out. I think it was update 4. Yeah, that's what I think it's referring to, the little typo. Depth 4. Someone had lunch in the memorial hall. There are traces of like crushed cans and Chinese noodle thingies in there, so somebody had lunch there. Hawk's Iron. Again, just like Yellow Bittergem, I kind of think it's here because of me. This was going to be like the main crafting resource that you'd need to craft stuff with. Like you'd still have Humanite, Magnite and all that other stuff, but you'd also need Hawk's Iron. I'm guessing Hawk's Iron would have been used maybe instead of gold to craft stuff with, which kind of makes sense because you probably need iron for everything, but I think that was their general idea with Hawk's Iron. DRG is technically an environmental PSA. Okay, so I originally misunderstood this one, and I thought that the in-universe DRG company is the environmental PSA, but I'm pretty sure he actually meant that the entire game is like a PSA, because the environment is so fucked on Hoxie's, and it's like fully irradiated. It's just a destroyed planet, and you're just salvaging what's remaining within it, pretty much. You could theorize that Hoxie 6 is a far, far distant future version of Earth. Gold is the same thing as Nitra. I think what it refers to is specifically that you have to spend gold to summon resupplies and support drops in like older builds. Maybe also refers to the fact that Nitra is probably just edited gold mineral.
Mushroom!
This is kind of like We're Rich, but the mushroom version of it. There's very specific mushrooms and fungus bogs that when you ping, your character will just say mushroom. He'll say like a few different variations of him just saying mushroom, mushroom. It's like We're Rich, but 2.0. Untextured space rig. This is definitely here because of me. It's referring to one specific phase, which is the pre-alpha phase of the rig, which was completely untextured. Okay, we're on to depth 5. Robert's secret. Yeah, Robert had 2 secrets in DRG. The first one was like a green tunnel that had like a message at the end of it. And the other one was like a mini obstacle course. You'd have to go up and jump a bit and you'd reach another text. And I think Robert wanted to put in like the 3rd secret for, you know, when the space rig gets overhauled, but it clearly never happened. Or maybe it will in the future, I doubt it. Bowler cap added late. I have no idea what a bowler cap is. Let me quickly... I don't know what bowler cap is. Oh my god, I see. Okay, I cheated on this one. I will not give myself 5 confidence because I just cheated. Why am I saying I cheated? Because I wanted to do this without looking anything up. I don't have my builds with me right now, my DRG builds. So just like, I already know too much about this game. Let's just do this from memory. I did actually not know about the bowler cap just randomly disappearing in the store and then reappearing. So hey, there you go. I answered the question in case you guys had this question. I don't care about cosmetics, so I would have never noticed this. Driller and gunner combo. I hope it's not referring to bunkering. I'll pretend it's not. I'm gonna pretend this is referring to the cryo driller and autocannon gunner combo. Anything that's frozen takes double or triple the damage or something like that, and freezing a huge group of enemies and letting the gunner take care of it is a very, very good and effective combo. New mission icons leaked via devs on Discord. Yes, that happened. Deep Rock Galactic has rich presence on both Steam and Discord. So what they did was update Discord rich presence to include the new mission type icons, and I mean, they were fully aware people would see it, I'm pretty sure, because they wouldn't have done it so early on if they weren't aware of it. So they were just asking themselves at that point, like, how long will it take for them to find it? Also, a fun fact, the icons that you see on Discord rich presence for the new mission types are early icons. Those aren't the final icons, you know, they are not the same color. Same for fucking Egg Hunt, which is still goddamn yellow, even though it's goddamn purple right now. Carl never confirmed to be a dwarf. It's true, they never said if Carl's a dwarf or a human or an elf. It's just like Mission Control. Nobody said that Mission Control is a dwarf. I think he's secretly a human. As for Carl, I think he is a dwarf, but nobody actually said that he's a dwarf. Only implied that he might be a dwarf. Beta versions of DRG. I mean, this is just me. Every game has a ton of beta versions. Very rarely are the beta versions like released to the public unless it was like testing. And if you were to go through my builds with absolutely no context, you'd either think that I'm a huge nerd or a developer of the game, I mean same thing, or that I'm a psycho. DRG's in-universe logo. I'm not entirely sure what it refers to, but I definitely remember seeing something like an in-universe logo. But instead I'll pretend that it means one of the DRG logos you see during some of the events, like 1 year anniversary actually said DRG on some of the flags. Briefing terminal. That was the early name for the mission terminal. You could see it in one of the screenshots that Robert gave to me for the Space Rig Evolution video. Depth 6. We're at the final depth now. We're at the very bottom. Steves are an invasive species. This is more of a theory than anything, but it's kinda true. When you convert a Steve, it becomes 3 times stronger and it can kill glyphids. And whenever you leave the mission, your Steve is left behind, so it'll probably kill more of its own species. So kinda is an invasive species, not really, because the glyphids can still take care of it like it's just a common dwarf that has no weapons, I guess. Error Helix. It's the new thing you can find in the radioactive exclusion zone. I think it's a rare spawn. It's not very common. I mean, if it's a rare spawn, you probably won't see it on the screen right now. Illegal Bosco design in the space rig. So there's a bunch of Boscos laying around near the Bosco terminal, and each of them have like different skins on and stuff. One of the Boscos has like the skin combo that's impossible, because I'm pretty sure it's using like a random mesh with another mesh's skin. It's a similar situation with the pickaxes too, where the pickaxes will sometimes use parts that are not accessible by normal means. Red sugar icon. The red sugar is the only mineral that does not have an icon in game. But thanks to me, if you go to the DRG wiki, look up your red sugar, you'll find the red sugar icon right there. And you might be thinking, oh, it's like fan-made, right? For consistency's sake. No, I actually got Robert to make that before I end up sounding too much like a dipshit. Let's move on to Demolitionist. I did a huge reveal on classified number 13. I did this like small build-up and everything for it, because it was like, whoa, info about a cut class, finally. Yeah, just check out classified 13 for a better presentation of this information than me just saying that I showed it in a video. Let's move on to real purpose for mini mules. Okay, I have no idea what the fuck this is. Was this I don't know. I honestly don't know this one. This obviously implies that mini mules are used for something you're not expecting. Like, for example, an egg hunt. You're actually getting the eggs so management can make delicious omelets. That's why mission control is like, don't ask why you need to get the eggs. I don't know what's the real purpose of mini mules. To break down? To support solo missions? Yeah, I'm even bad at speculating on this. And Carl's fate. For the longest time, it's been undetermined. They would keep saying that, oh, we don't know, maybe Carl is still around, maybe Carl is dead, maybe Carl is like a legend. I think they might have like soft confirmed that Carl is dead, that he died doing something extremely heroic. So Carl's fate is that he's dead, I think. That's the end of the iceberg. We went through everything. I feel like I did a good job. I'll find out what good of a job I did during editing. I'll probably put it on screen if I did a good job somewhere. Probably shitting on myself on purpose. So, with this out of the way, I was thinking I should make my own additions to this iceberg. I'm the historian, I know too much about the game, so I think it's only natural I do my own thing. Instead of making a brand new iceberg, I thought I'll just add on top of this a whole new section here at the right. That's what I'm adding to your iceberg. I'm not saying your nickname because, goddamn, I hope you are the original creator of this iceberg though. And for the very bottom of my iceberg, like the final depth, I reserved things that I believe the general public has no access to this information at the bottom. So it's kind of, I guess, like a soft teaser. I keep saying soft something. I guess it's like a soft teaser for what things I haven't discussed yet. I will say that one of those things at the bottom there is fake. Hey, it's an iceberg. I have to put at least one fake thing in there, right? And the glyphid fossil thing, it is actually accessible to the public, but I have never seen this thing myself. I've only heard some people have seen it, and I mean, I haven't seen it myself, so I'm gonna put it here. If necessary, if I'll want to, I guess, I'll make a part 2 of this iceberg and explain myself here. I feel like you guys can get like probably 90% of these. Okay, maybe not 90. 80% of these if you've watched all my videos. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm like dead wrong. Maybe I didn't reveal that much info. Here you go. A big fucking challenge. And don't worry, the pre-alpha rundown video isn't cancelled. I'm just very slow with it. It is gonna happen sooner or later. I do want to finish it. It's just that I kinda shouldn't have done this pre-alpha month idea. It's entirely my fault. Don't worry. Not blaming anyone besides myself. Here's a little cool spinning globe from the video. Yo, that's cool vertices. Look at those triangles around the planet. And here's this thing from the video as well. Does it remind you of the closed alpha? I hope it does. And wait, what's this?